afternoon everybody and welcome to Crafty Cleggs. My name is Jeanette and today I'm coming to you from the northwest of England where I live with my husband Timothy and our little shih tzu Zach. Today is Saturday the 17th of February 2024. How are we all? It's been a couple of weeks since I actually did a sit down podcast. Last week we went to visit our daughter in Somerset and I did put a little bit of footage up of that. I would have liked to have got a lot more, but I was having too much fun and I have to soak in all the time that I spend with my Froome family because obviously we don't see them that often with the distance. So that was nice, yeah. So that's the only reason I didn't podcast last week. What have I been up to? Well, like I just said, went to see my daughter. Wonderful weekend. The traffic was very good to us going and coming back. We took Zach with us, which he did really well in the car actually. He's not a good dog for travelling, but he did really well in the car. Coming home he slept an awful lot, so that was good. That made me feel good. We have been so busy this week in the kitchen dyeing yarn. I have been busy in the sewing room sewing. We've done the normal, going shopping. I've had a couple of nice goodies come through the post. I've had a nice gift from Timothy for our anniversary, one of them, which I'm going to show it to you. As you can see, I decided to have all my hair cut off. It was getting on my very last nerve. I've always had short hair. Every now and then I have a try at growing it long. I get it to a certain length. It starts to get on my nerves. I try and cope with it. Not last week, the week before, I went and had it trimmed thinking, oh, that'll make me feel better. No, it didn't. Just didn't make me feel any better. It was still getting on my nerves. And I don't know why I do it because it's so easy or shorter. It takes me 5 minutes to shower, dry my hair, get ready. Whereas when I had longer hair, those people with longer hair will know, it takes you for ages to dry it because you have to do it in sections. Oh gosh, yeah, I was over all that. So I decided to have my hair cut short. So here it is, nice and short like I always have it. And I have to say it's much better. So we did that. Have we done anything else? Have we been anywhere and done anything? I don't know. I don't think we have, you know. I think we've just been that busy at home. Oh no, we did. I tell a lie. Tim took me to, was it Wednesday this week? He drove me over to Bolton and we went to Agathas and Hobbycraft. I went to get some supplies from Hobbycraft and some threads and different things and some embroidery threads. And then, because Agathas only round the corner, so I decided to go around there and have a look there. But really, other than that, I'm working. That's all that we've done this week. But I have got quite a bit to show you. I have got 3 finished objects. I have got some incoming I want to show you. I've got 4 works in progress. 5 works in progress. A frogget, it's being frogged and I'm not doing any more of them. And then a little shop update. It's a very exciting shop update. Well, I think this is the most exciting time of the year for me because what we do this year, I absolutely love what we do at this time of year for Easter. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen it. I have put little snippets of it over there and I am going to do a big shop update this afternoon. Probably this afternoon, early evening, 3 or 4-ish, something like that. But yes, so without further ado, go and grab yourself a coffee because it might be a good one, a good long one. You know what I'm like. I like to talk. Grab yourself a coffee and we'll get going with the podcast. Right, so the first thing I think I'll start off with are all my works in progress. So the first one is a sewing item and it's out of my Simone Gooding, the Wildwoods. Is it the Wildwood? Yeah, the Wildwood. Stitch all the beautiful festive winter inspired projects. Isn't it lovely? I'm going to make one of these eventually. I am at the moment making, I keep forgetting what they're all called. Bear with me a second. I have got it at the page. This is Birtwistle. Birtwistle. Oh, I love it. So this is how far I am with mine. Bear with me. I have constructed the head, the body, and put it together. The head is slightly tilted to one side. That's how it tells you to put it in the book. Now, the only thing is that I haven't got at the moment, I'm not really sure whether I'm going to get them, but I need glass English, I think it calls for English glass eyes. These are just black pins at the moment. And I don't know whether to get some. I shouldn't say that because I know I will, because I like things to be right. But this is how far I've got. And up to now, I'm loving it. It was so easy to put together. Not a difficult make at all. I sat and stitched these long stitches. They're not perfect, but that's how I like them. These long stitches on the body and on the head. This is a DMC embroidery thread. Tells you to do that in the book. The lovely little beak with the little tiny, those are French knots. So next, so let me show you, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So this is the front, and then the back rather of the body is a contrasting colour. And then this is the base. Now in the base, I don't know why I'm tapping it like you'll be able to hear it, but in the base are some pellets. It calls for pellets, and I think it's just so it can stand up. So that's how far I've got with the body. Now I have got, where have I put it? Just bear with me a second, I'll be back. Right, so next I've got to do the wings. I've cut them out. I've got to do the wings. So there's one colour on one side and one colour on another. I suppose I should tell you as well, this felt is, I got this from Angela at the Bobbin Patch. Angela does a brilliant range of felt and it's such good quality. I will leave a link to her shop down below. She has a massive range of colours. I got my felt from Angela's, and I think it's 30% wool and 70%, is it viscose? I'm not really sure, but I think it's something like that. So there's one colour on one side and one colour on the other side. And then you have to, now this looks like it might be time consuming, but having said that, I do think it's worth the effort. You have to cut out and sew onto the wings. Can you see each individual feather, which is going to have to be a Saturday afternoon job, I think. And these are the colours that I've chosen to do the wings with. I got these from Angela. So there's white, beige, well not beige, it's like a light pink. That one is like a rust, the colour's not very good, mustard and chocolate brown. So I've got to do that. That is all I've left to do on the body, is just pop the wings on, which I'm really excited about because I just love it. And then, so that's the body and the wings. I haven't got enough room for everything. I'm having to push it all over there. And then you have the hat. Now the hat is done in Spindrift, and I have got a little bit of Spindrift. I haven't got the colours that it calls for, but I don't mind. I'm not bothered about that. And I certainly haven't got these little bits here. I'm not buying, I think it's 3 different colours. No, 4. 4 different colours of Spindrift. 1, 2, 3, 4. To make this pattern here. Well, I am not doing that. I mean, I will do the pattern, but I've got some oddballs of Spindrift that I've got a little bit left. But this is what I'm going to do the bonnet in. And I think it goes quite well with it. It's not what it calls for, but I think once it's done, it'll look okay, that, won't it? Quite like that. And this one, this lighting is not good here, is it? I should move really, but I'll know for next time not to do it here. This is called Yellow Orchid, and it's colour 230, if anybody is interested. So that's my first work in progress. I'm hoping that that'll be finished soon, because like I say, all I've got to do is put the little bits of feathers on the wings, attach them to the owl, and that's done. And then it's just his bonnet. So yeah, that's my first work in progress, is my little owl, which I love. Then my second work in progress is another sewing thing. It's quite a bit of sewing actually today. Bear with me. Now, I can't honestly remember when this was. I think it was way, way before Christmas. Maybe, I don't know, summertime last year. One of my lovely subscribers sent me a couple of kits. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make one of them. I have shown you this. It is Thimblewood. I don't know what the mouse is called. It's just called Merry the Little Mouse. So Merry the Little Mouse. Now, it is a Christmas one. But what I'm doing, I'm just going to omit the wreath. I've got the fabric and stuff for it, and I will make it, but obviously I'll put that out at Christmas. And this is how far I've got. I have made the little mouse. Isn't it adorable? I love it. I have yet to put some rosy blusher on the cheek. Oh, I'm shaking the table, sorry. Rosy blusher on the cheeks. Look at a tail. That's the little tail. It's got, what's it got in it? Pipe cleaner in there and some wadding. It was a little bit tricky to do that, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, getting it turned out took me a while. And maybe, there might have been one or two little curse words, but only tiny ones. But yeah, so that is made. The mouse is made. Oh, isn't it cute? Even just without its blush on. And his little ears. I love his ears. Look how big they are. Actually, it's a she because she's got a dress to wear. So the mouse is made. I was going to say it's made out of linen, but I don't know if that is linen or not. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really nice. Again, really, really nice to work with. What can I say about it? Again, quite easy to construct. I'm really enjoying my sewing at the moment because I won't go on about it, I promise. But you know, I had a bad shoulder. Well, that's completely healed up now. But I think that is because I have given it a lot of rest. I really have given it rest. I've been doing sewing and all sorts of things to do that, and it definitely has helped. But I am at the moment in the middle of making something tiny again, so you can imagine it'll come back, won't it, if it is repetitive strain injury with crocheting. Anyway, so this is why I've been doing a lot of sewing. So the mouse is here, and then let me show you if I can find a picture of the dress that I'm going to make. Here she is. This is the dress. So I've cut it all out and got it all ready. When I say I've cut it out, I've cut the pattern out. So I've cut the pattern out, which is here. So this is the dress pattern. This is for the straps. Again, that's the same size as the tail, so I would imagine there'll be some very, very small curse words when I'm turning that out. And this is the pocket. And here is the fabric. So it's gingham for the lining, and then it's like a heavy calico for the outside and the pocket. And then you get this strip of, I can only imagine, I'm not really very good with stuff like this, but I think this is like a cheesecloth. Feels very cheeseclothy. And that's to make her a scarf. So yeah, that's how far I've got with my little mouse. Again, really easy to make, not difficult, I can't talk, not difficult to construct, a little bit tricky to turn out, but I do have, and I got them from Prim, I think it was, and I've had them some years now, and it's just like a tube, and it's for doing this, for turning small pieces of material inside out when you've sewn them on the wrong side. And you just insert the tube and then push the little pipe or the little piece of wood down it, and it does help to turn them out. It was so difficult without that. I mean, there is other ways that you can do it. I know that people sometimes when they're sewing it, sew a piece of string in it and they just pull the string when it's done and it pulls it inside out. There's all sorts of ways. It just can be a little bit frustrating. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my second finished item. No, yeah, finished. No, works in progress. Oh dear. Jeanette's back a normal self, isn't she? Right, so the next thing like I haven't got enough on the go. So I decided I'd start something new. Now, I bought this, when did I buy this kit? Maybe end of last year, beginning of this year, I'm not sure. Now, this isn't the best picture, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It is from Toft, and it's one of my dolls, and it is the cabin doll. Oh, I love that. Isn't it lovely? Now, for those of you that followed me at Christmas know I had the Toft Advent again this year, and we made 3 miniature dolls. I'll put a picture, is it here? Or, no, I think it's here. I'll put a picture here for you of the 3 miniature ones that I've made. And this is the standard size doll. Well, last time I made dolls, they were miniature. So when I was making this, I thought, this is massive. Anyway, this is how far I've got. I've done a body and a head. There was a little bit of colour work. This is her hair at the back and the front. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's got long, yeah, she's got like long braids coming down the back. So that's how far I've got with that. So I am going to do the advanced hands. I'm not sure, I have done them on... is she over there? Oh yeah, she's over there, the Queen. I made Queen Elizabeth, and when Toff brought that doll out, and I did her hands. There's 2 different kinds of hands that you can do in the pattern. There's just, it looks quite odd, to be fair, the first one. It's just like a dome. It just looks like a dome that's hanging like that. And then the advanced hands have all got fingers. So I think I'm going to try and do that. She's got the advanced hands. You can just see a forefinger and a thumb there. So I'm going to try and do them. I'm doing it in all the colours that it's in. I'm doing it exactly the same as the colours in the pattern. So... this is, let me tell you what that is. This, the body colour and the head is camel. The hair, hold on a second. The hair is cocoa, all DK. And then we've got a cream. We have got a festive silver. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a bit of sparkle in it. We've got shale, and we've got sapphire. This is like the navy. And that's it. And it's done, as always, with Toft on a 3mm crochet hook. Oh, terrible light in here, isn't it? Well, you'll have to take my word for it. That's a 3mm crochet hook. So that's how far I've got with my Toft doll. But, you know, when you get a bit of an anchor in, because I haven't really done a lot of crocheting for a while now, bet it's a good 3 weeks maybe, could be even a bit longer. I mean, that's all I ever do is crochet. Well, it's not, but I crochet more than I do anything else. And so the other night I thought, oh, I really want to make something. What can I make that I will really enjoy? And I remembered I'd got the Cabin Girl. I've got a couple of other dolls actually of, because last year I subscribed to the doll club. I've cancelled it for this year because I feel that I want to try something different. I was getting a bit, I hate to say this, but probably a bit fed up with the same thing, and I wanted to change things up a bit. So I cancelled my subscription, but I am going to make the dolls that I've got. I've still got the Cabin Girl. I've got Beatrix Potter. I've got Nina Simone, and I've got 2 others. I've got one that went, I can't remember what the 2 others are. No, I can't remember. There's no point in me telling you. So yeah, I've still got them to make, but this was the one I wanted to make, and it's in my lovely bag that I bought from lovely Emma. Is it Emma? Is she called Emma from, I can't remember. Moo and Mouse, is it? Moo and Mouse? I'll put her name on the screen, and I'll leave a link to, I think she has a folksy shop. She does some beautiful bags, Emma. Look at that. Oh, it's amazing. This was my Christmas one. I bought this off Emma, maybe 2 years ago, and I absolutely love it. Look at that with the tulle on, and she's even knitted it a little scarf. And like I say, it is a Christmas one, but I use it all year round because I love it. So that's my crochet doll. Now, the next one, I started this a while ago, and it is called Bedtime Bear. Again, I've not got a picture, so I'll put one on the screen for you. And I've made Timothy one and me one, and they sit at the side of our beds. And I had this crazy idea that I wanted to try and make one on the smallest hook that I could find with the smallest yarn I could find. Well, this isn't the smallest hook. I am making this on 1.5mm, and this is a new one that I've recently bought, and it's a tulip. I love these, absolutely love them. And this is how far I've got. Now, last time I showed you the head. I'd just done the head. Well, this week, like I say, I'm taking my time. I'm not going silly. So this week I've done his ear and I've done his hat. It's just pinned on at the moment. I pin everything on like that and then sew it all on when I've finished. So that's how far I've got with that. This is going to be super cute. I have a shelf. Well, I've got a chest, what I call a mini chest of drawers here. And then here, this is what I have, all my very small things, my miniatures that I call them, here. But I'm thinking about buying another shelf. We went to IKEA a few weeks ago, Tim and I, and we walked through the children and the baby and toddler department, which we don't normally do because we don't need to. But we did do for some reason, and I saw a fantastic little house shape display cabinet for the wall, so I might be getting one of them, I don't know. Anyway, so that, I'm digressing, that's how far I've got with that. Now the next thing I've got to do is 2 arms and 2 legs, then his body. Now this teddy bear has got jointed arms and legs, so I've got my cotter pins ready. I don't know how long this is going to take me. Like I said, I don't want to overdo it with the tiny. I could sit and do this all day long, but yeah, I don't want to overdo it in case I ruin my shoulder again. I don't want to tempt fate now it's mended. So that's how far I've got with the cute little teddy bear. Too cute. 1.5mm hook, and I am doing it on Sheepy's Maxi Sweet Treat. So that's my, is that it? Yeah, them are the 4 things that I am actively working on at the moment. We won't discuss Timothy's sweater. Well, we will, but very, very quickly. Timothy's sweater is exactly the same as it was when I showed it to you last time. It has got the ribbon done. I have tried on 3 occasions to basically knit the sweater, and what I've had to do, because I'm not an avid knitter, I don't even know why I agreed to do it, but I'm going to have to do it because I've spent all the money on the yarn, which you can imagine. I mean, it's a commercial yarn, but it's still not cheap, and especially for the size of a man. So what I've had to do is I've had to write out the pattern, excuse me, put my teeth back in, myself, so I can understand it, and I do understand it a lot better now. And what I was trying to do, which I should never have done really, what I need to do is I need to come upstairs and either sit quietly here or sit quietly in the bedroom by myself and just do maybe an hour every night, because every time I try to do it, I do it wrong, because either Tim's talking to me, I'm watching the TV, I've got an earbud in, listening to my iPad or my YouTube channels, you know, watching what I watch. And it's just not worked. And I put it down and put it to one side because I've knitted it and re-knitted it 3 times, and that section of yarn is getting very, very untidy. And I thought I'm going to have to stop knitting this until I'm ready to really put my mind to it and be prepared to go upstairs and sit for an hour, even if it's every other day, do a bit every other day. So yeah, there's no point in me showing you Tim's sweater because it's no different than what it was, other than the yarn looks all scruffy. Well, parts of the yarn look all scruffy. Anyway, never mind. It doesn't matter. Tim don't mind. He said, yeah, I had a feeling that this might happen. And so did I, but I was just, I don't know, just wanted to show willing, because he keeps asking me for a sweater. And in my mind, I don't want to make it because it's too big and boring and I'm not interested. but don't tell him I said that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, before I go any further, is frog it. Now, it's with deep regret and much sorrow that I have decided these are not for me. These sweaters are not for me. They are the Arne and Carlos Advent sweaters. So, how can I explain to you this? Right, so I got this far on number 1 and I'm really sad because I love them. And I've kept it like this just in case anybody can come up with any ideas for me. So I can get to this section of the sweater, loved it, enjoyed the colour work, not a problem, working in the round. Yeah? You've all seen this before. Then I had to do the sleeve, or both the sleeves, which are still attached to the wool, on DPNs. And it just wasn't working for me. I cannot work on DPNs and do colour work. So this is how far I got with the sleeve. That's how far I'd got, and I'd decided, oh no, this isn't for me. So I'm either going to wait to see if anybody can give me any really good sound advice. I suppose, in a way, I could get the right size of needles and do it on magic loop, but I don't know whether that'd work or not, because, you know, I'm not brilliant with knitting. And I am sad because I really want to do them. I love this, just that. Oh, love it. Could you imagine it with sleeves in? Oh, I love it. But yeah, I was getting really worked up and angry and upset and frustrated. And oh, and I was having a hot flush. And oh, you can just imagine, can't you? So yeah, and I've decided that life is, you know, I'm 60 now. And life is getting shorter and shorter for me. And I don't want to be doing things that are making me worked up and angry or upset because, you know, it's supposed to be my hobby. But I am sad about it. So this is going to be frog it. Unless anybody can come up with any suggestions. This is why I've left it like this. This is why I think that I might still want to do it, because normally this had have been in the bin, as would that. I'd have just chucked it in the bin. But I've kept it just in case anybody can say, oh, I had the same problem and I'll tell you what I did. And then I can try it and see if it works. And then if it doesn't work, then I can put it in the bin. Anyway, so up to now, that's being frogged. Unless anybody can come up with any super duper ideas that I could perhaps use. And it's in my lovely bag by my lovely friend Karen of Stitches and Jacks. And this is off lovely Suzanne from Green Lampkin Yarn. She sent me this in one of my Christmas swaps. Oh, something's fell off. Oh, well, it's still pretty. Look at all that dingly dangly. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, I've got one more thing that's in the making, but I'll show you that in a minute. Right. Let me show you next what I've finished. So, you all know I've been making the Agathas reading shawl, and it is finished. This was a really, really nice make. It is the Agathas reading shawl. I'll leave a link for that in the description box below for you all, as I will most things that I talk about. I used the Stylecraft impressions. I've got one ball left, which I might make myself a headband. Now I've got short hair, all I need is something to protect my ears, so I might make myself a nice headband. If not, I don't know what I could make with that. One ball of, is it chunky? Oh no, Aran weight. Yeah, might make myself a headband. So that's what I've used. I used 4 balls. My colourway is shade 5403. It's called Umbrella. This is what I had left out of the 4th ball. And here is my shawl. Do you want me to stand up and show you? Just make sure I don't have to run the dog over, because you can guess he's here with me. So, here it is. It's lovely and very, very warm. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It's really, really pretty. I love. Look at that. Absolutely love the pattern. I love the solid bit in the middle here, how it goes down. And then that same pattern repeats there. And it's brilliant for just chucking over you at night time. Oh, I mean, I'm not really a shawl person, but it is nice for night time. Isn't it lovely? When it gets chilly, I've had it on. I've had it on because it's chilly. Yeah, when it gets chilly at night time. Oh, I love it. It could have actually been a little bit longer, but I didn't want it too long, to be fair. So that is my Agathas reading shawl. What can I say about it? Fantastic. That's what I can say about it. It's done on a 5mm hook. It's a paid for pattern, extremely affordable. So I don't really want to tell you anymore, but it is done on quite a large size hook, obviously, because it's done in Aran. Really, really simple make. Great for TV watching, travelling in the car. I was crocheting on this when I went down to Katie's in the car. Yeah, you need a big bag. If you're taking it out and about, you need a big bag to take it out and about because it gets very, very bulky. Yeah, and I just loved it. That's all I can say about it. The pattern, like I say, is really, really simple. Once you've done a couple of, well, once you've got your setup row done, which I think is about 4 or 5, something like that, it's a pattern repeat that you can get in your head and you don't even need your pattern. It is that simple to do. But yeah, that's the Agathas reading shawl. And I love it. That sits on the back of my chair at the moment. Because like I say, I mean, we're still in February here. Not last night, the night before. I was freezing cold. Could not get warm at all. So that was over the back of me. And it made all the difference. Yeah, made all the difference. Right, so the next thing I'm going to show you. Oh, I love this. I've only just finished this. And it's all over. Let me explain. I knew nothing about this. Nothing at all until my lovely friend Karen from Stitches and Jacks, she said to me, I've sent you a gift in the post, look out for it, do not open it until I call you, and then have your iPad ready because you need to look for an hashtag. So I said to Tim, this is all very intriguing. I wonder what she's up to, Karen. So I did as I was told. This parcel arrived and I didn't open it, and she called me, so she said, right, you can open it now. Well, I opened it and it was a jewellery box, and I thought, how very strange, what's Karen bought me a jewellery box for? And then she made me go onto the hashtag travel sewing case or something like that. I can't remember what the hashtag was. Of course, I will leave it down in the description box below for you. So once we'd finished chit-chatting and we'd got all excited about it, because us crafters do, don't we? It's like, oh my God, I need to go, I need to get on with it. I sat down and watched some of these hashtags. Oh my goodness. Well, I have done mine and I love it. What do you think? So, it's hard to show you because obviously I can't show you like this. I'm going to have to turn the camera around, and I'm going to stop the camera, turn it round, and I'll explain to you how and what I did. Bear with me. So here is my travelling sewing case. So Karen sent me this, and it's a jewellery box. And what you have to do, and I have to say it broke my heart, but never mind, you have to rip the inners of all the bottom out. So here on this side was places to keep all your rings, and then here was one with a flap on, and then here there was two dividers here that I took them out. Now I kept these two dividers and covered them in fabric, and then Tim made me a piece of card which I have got, bear with me, here, Tim made me this piece of card, what goes all the way around here. And then I covered that in fabric. Oh, and then I made a ruffle on my sewing machine here. And then I glued it on here with my Fabri-Tac. This is a button, and I covered the button in some of my lovely little cute fabric I've got. And then I made it into a magnetic needle keeper, so you can put your needles on there. And then I made, look at this. This is a tiny little pincushion. This is a pattern by Emma of the Vintage Sewing Box. The top of it, Emma has got hexagons, and I didn't have any hexagons. I used the, this is what I use, the Exifoam, and I didn't have any small enough, so I just embroidered a raised rose on it. But yeah, I made this cute, oh, it's out of focus, I made this cute little pincushion for my applique pins. And in here I've got my thimbles, my needle threader, I've got my beeswax for my thread. I've got me glue pens. This is basically all for my hand sewing of hexagons, because that's all I really do. But I want to, if I close it for you, you can close it. I want to decorate the top. So what Tim's done for me, he's made me a cutout piece. It's basically, he's made me a piece of card that fits on the top. And I don't know what I'm going to do on it yet. I haven't done it yet, but I'd like to have a piece of embroidery on the top of it, with just simple, maybe my name, not Crafty Cleggs, but just Jeanette, or, you know, something like that with some nice embroidered flowers and stems and a house. And I'm not really sure yet. I'm just going to play about with it. So yeah, that is my finished sewing box, and I couldn't be happier. So thank you, Karen, for gifting me the sewing box, to be fair, for the start, and for giving me the idea, because I'd never seen it. I cannot believe I hadn't seen it on the internet, but I hadn't, so that was nice. But I have since seen somebody make a smaller one for the knitting notions. So, yeah, you guessed it, I have ordered one. So I'm going to make a smaller one for my knitting notions. I knew it'd be a long one today, sorry. Right, so what do you think of that? Isn't it lovely? I was thrilled with that. I just absolutely love it. I think it's a really, really good thing to do. And it's not one of those projects that takes forever, and you can decide what you want to do with it. You can keep everything intact and just cover it and put it back, and oh, there's all sorts you can do. Just have a look at the hashtags, you'll be really, really pleased. I will leave the link to the jewellery box. I do believe it was from Amazon, and I will leave the link to the jewellery box and the small jewellery box that I've got. It's not come yet, but when it does come, I'll show it to you, but I'll leave all the links for them in the description box below. So I wanted to make something for Karen, just as a way of saying thank you. But I mean, I'd already been making her this anyway. And I have made Karen a couple of things, one for a birthday, which I don't want to show you yet because I've not gifted it to Karen. I am actually seeing Karen next week, so I will take pictures of them and I'll be able to show you. But I've actually shown her this, so I can show it to you. So I made Karen a pink cushion. Oh, isn't it adorable? So Tim, first of all, engraved on here stitches and jacks for me. And then I made her the mushroom, and I've put a dog bone on the top for the jacks, and down here I've put her scissors and some gold thread on a bobbin for stitches, and then I've just put some really cute lace around, some moss, a little tiny rose, and just a little bit of decorative. I did try to find a Jack's a Jack Russell for on there, but I did find them and they were all very plasticky and I didn't like them. They were a bit cheap, so I decided to go down the just autumnal decorative route. But yeah, I'm really, really thrilled with that. I hope Karen likes it. I got this idea from, oh, again, I can't remember, but I will put the video that the lady makes these mushrooms in, I'll put a link down below for you to look at. So that is for my lovely friend Karen of Stitches and Jacks, which I'll be giving to her when I see her next week. And then, of course, I needed to make myself one, but of course, I haven't got round to finishing mine yet. Mine is the bigger one. I bought this, a while back now. So I've made one for me. Mine is a bit more rustic looking. I've used some, what's this called? Osnaburg. I've used some Osnaburg, and this is velvet. And I've put loads of French knots on the top. And then I'm going to stick mine on here like this. Put some greenery on, like I have with Karen's, and I wanted to knit or crochet a frog. That didn't work, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter. It didn't work. It just looked silly. So I don't know at what stage I'm going to crochet mine. Decorate mine with, whether it'll be with crocheting, a little gnome or something, I'm not sure, but that will be mine. And oh, by the way, the pin cushions, yes, I forgot to tell you, these are pin cushions, and oh, I just love them. They're just so nice. Anyway, so that's them two. And I think for making, that's it. Yeah, to say we've been so busy doing things and we've had a visit to Katie's, I don't think I've done too bad with making in the past couple of weeks. Next, I'm going to show you. So next I've got incoming and shop updates, so we're nearly finished. How is everybody, by the way? Have you all had a nice couple of weeks? Have you done lots of crafting? Have you been anywhere? Is the weather rubbish near you? Because it is near us. It's just so miserable. It really, really is miserable. Anyway. Now, my first incoming, I bought these two things myself. I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and I was, who was it that I was, oh, Bex Makes? Something like that. And I remembered she was showing something that she'd made that her sister had gifted her the yarn. Now, her sister is one half of Bird Street Yarns. So I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look at that. Claire and John, they called. I thought, I'll go and have a look at that. Anyway, while I was there, I was having a look and I saw this yarn and thought, I've got to have it. And it is, excuse me, it's I'm the Gingerbread Man. Oh, isn't that adorable? Oh, I had to have that. I just had to have it. I know that we've only just got over Christmas, but I thought that can go in stash. And that can be perhaps my Christmas in July socks, because I do like to take part in Christmas in July. So I thought maybe that could be them, my Christmas in July socks. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they were 15% off. Either 10 or 15, I can't remember. Anyway, that is my Christmas in July socks, I think. So I got that from Claire and John. Thank you very, very much. And then I was flicking on Etsy because I wanted some embroidery. No, what's it called? It's a special linen. Is it Nikki Franklin? She uses this linen to embroider on, and it is so difficult to get hold of. Anyway, I managed to find some from this lady on Instagram, and it's called The Doll's House. Again, I will leave a link to her shop, and I managed to get, look at that. Oh, it's adorable. It is a French linen. It's an old piece of linen because you can see it's got the hem on it there. So whether it's an old tablecloth, I don't know what it is, but oh, feels beautiful, and it's absolutely stunning for embroidering on. Isn't it lovely? So I managed to get a full 1/2 metre. So that should last me to embroider on for the rest of my life. Because obviously I'm not a massive embroiderer, as you know. But I thought I could make a really nice, maybe very, very special junk journal out of that. Oh, I could do everything, couldn't I? So that was my second incoming. So yeah, I had a bit of a treat last week. Got some yarn and some fabric. But the other thing that I got, as I don't know if you'll remember, but a couple of weeks ago, Tim and I had an anniversary, and we was out and about looking for things, and we just happened to be in a wool shop, and I saw this, and he said to me, if you want it, you can have it. Get it, I'll treat you. Because I'm trying to be really, really good. That makes it sound like I'm not allowed things. I can have what I want, but I'm trying to be good because I have that much in this craft room that if I live till I'm 150, I'll never use it all. So I'm trying to use what I've got. She says, have to just buy yarn, and I know. So you all know that I am an avid amigurumi maker. Now, I haven't even seen any information about this. I'd just seen the box. And I said to the lady in the yarn shop, oh, I like that. What's going on? She said, Rico Rico are doing a spring crochet along. And this is the kit. Oh, I looked at Tim and he went, get it. And here it is. Oh, I love it. I love the box. I love the fact that it's striped. So, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's a nautical theme. That's what... Oh, no, is it nautical? Right, so let me tell you what we're making. We're making 2 bears, 2 fish, 3 bears, a sea lion, a seahorse, and a pirate. I don't know what that theme is. Oh, and a turtle. Can you see it? So it says spring cal box number 1. So I don't know if there's another one coming out. You get, I think it's 35 balls. So you've got all your colour in here. Would you like to have a look? Let me see if I can open it for you. Oh, I love things like this. You know how I all like a good kit. Oops. Bear with. Oh, wait till you see the colours. Fabulous. Are you ready? Can you see? Creams, taupes, reds, blues, oranges. Oh, all sorts. Love it. Oh, look at this one. Oh my gosh, that's bright. Oh, that don't feel like. Oh, it's acrylic. That is most unusual. That's not cotton, that's acrylic. Neon DK, 100% acrylic. Anyway, digress. So that's the gift that Tim bought me for my anniversary. So thank you very much, Mr. C. Now, last but no means least, our little shop update, and I'll try and be as quick as I possibly can. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to show you first what Tim and I have been working on all week. We are going to put in the shop this afternoon our self-striping cream, well, it's not a cream egg. Tim's called it Dream Egg, and he's called this one this year, How Do You Knit Yours? And it is the Cadbury's Cream Egg colours, just colours, and it's self-striping. These are going to come pre-wound like this, just because they are so much easier for you. As soon as you can get up your hands on one, you can start knitting on it. We have a very, very limited amount of these just because they're so difficult. Well, when I say difficult, they're not difficult to do. It just takes an awful long time. And we have dyed these just in our kitchen. We are not any professional indie dyers in any way, shape or form. Tim just really, really enjoys doing it. But it is very, very time consuming. We have dyed these all week, and that's what we've done all week. Just, you have to wind them on a big wheel. Oh, I'm not going into it, but yeah, so they are very, very time consuming. And Tim has called it Dream Egg, How Do You Eat Yours? And then on the back, you've got your length, 400 metres, 75 merino, 25 nylon, colourway, How Do You Knit Yours? So these will be going in the shop tonight for pre-order. They will be being shipped on or around the 1st of March. I'm looking for the 1st of March. It just depends whether we can get them dry. And yeah, the problem is drying them at the moment. So these are going into the shop update. And then last year, if you remember, I made some good egg bags, and the fabric has just arrived, and it is a linen fabric. Well, no, it's not a linen, it's a linen look fabric. And we've got cream egg one, cream egg colour, not cream egg colour, and it just says good egg. So I will be making, I can get 5 out of that colour. And 5, oh, I love this colour. I think this is the colour I'm going to have. And maybe, well, I'm not sure. I'm saying 5, I don't know. Before I do it, I need to measure them. So yeah, 4 or 5 of each I'll have. So there's that colour and that colour. And as you can see, they're not made yet because they've only just arrived today. And I will ship these out on the same day as the yarn. So those are going in the shop tonight. And then this week I had done a little bit of sewing again. I've made another knitter's chairside bag, and this time it is the cute little gnome couple. So there's one of them going in the shop. And then I've got a sock set going in the shop. It's a little sock set, and that one's got crisp white lining with Tim's famous little knots. Poor man, he never stops. It's got him doing all sorts. Then we've got, oh, I love this one. Look at that. Children playing. It's Children at Play, I think that's called, something like that. It is a Michael Miller, is it? Michael Miller fabric. So that's got white lining too. And then for a change, I did a zipper bag set. Normally I do drawstrings, but this is my standard size bag, but I did a zipper instead with a couple of little stitch markers on there. And you've got lavender pouch and a DPN holder. So those will be in the shop as well tonight. Well, I'm going to sit and do them this afternoon, so I haven't got a time. I'm just going to sit and do them because I don't like to put pressure on myself, because sometimes it can be awkward if the internet isn't working, or, you know, or anything like that. Anyway, that is me done for today. Normal service will resume next Friday. I'll be, not Friday, either Friday or Saturday. It's just going to be once a week. I don't know when. It's just when I've got the time. But yeah, normal service will resume now once a week. I hope you all have a lovely weekend and do plenty of crafting. Stay safe and dry, because apparently we're going to have it all wet through again this afternoon and tomorrow. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, as it does make my little channel grow. Leave me a comment, and don't forget to press that like button. And I'll see you next week. Okay then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.